You look around to all of these businesses that are being targeted, the one common thing is they all have lottery.
Now at 6, a Northwest Portland restaurant out tens of thousands of dollars after a person hid inside a closet until closing time before stealing a safe. And it's not the first time it's happened. Plus, vaccination rates down as kids get ready to head back to school. Our Thomas Schultz joins us live with more on what could be contributing to the decline. And we're also tracking Hurricane Erin, the Category 4 hurricane currently churning in the Atlantic. We'll have the latest on the expected impacts. Sunrise at 6 starts right now. Good morning, and thank you for joining us on your Monday here. I'm China Green. We have Rod Hill and Chris McGinnis standing by for a look at weather and traffic. Let's start off with some weather.
Yeah, we have a shower to talk about. This has now passed through you folks in the Dalles. So here's the Dalles. The shower is weakening, and it's moving up to the north. Earlier, there was some lightning up in this area, but the lightning strikes, as far as I know, have stayed north of the Columbia River. I don't believe the shower activity continues. You folks are expected to go on to be dry. Now, I like the live camera because it shows what the radar showed. Now, the shower has passed, but the raindrops continue to be over the camera lens, looking at the Dalles there and the dam over the Columbia River. 64 degrees is the early morning number. We have clouds over Portland, but no rain expected. And like yesterday, the clouds will be kind of mostly cloudy to partly cloudy as we go through the days. 64 out the door. Pretty nice day overall. 70 degrees at noon. I have us getting up to 79, which would equal yesterday's high temperature. Here's Chris.
Rod, thanks for that. Let's take you to Clark County. A live look at I-5 at SR14. The headlights there, your southbound I-5 commute. That is zipping right along on that side of town, so we're in pretty good shape there. Door number 1 takes us down to Tualatin. I-5 at the 205 interchange looks good. And we'll take you over to the east side. Photojournalist Eric Patterson, man in the wheel of Drive 8. He's heading south on I-205 right now, just south of the Sunnyside area. He's got lots of elbow room out there. So far, no major freeway trouble. China, we're off to a good start for our Monday morning commute.
Thank you, Chris. The local doctor is sounding the alarm after he says a person dressed in hospital scrubs slipped into his office and stole a number of checkbooks and then cashed a forged check for over $2,000. John Adams brings us the story.
Dr. Mark LaGrasse is a pediatric cardiologist at a clinic near Legacy Emanuel in Portland. He says on August 12th around 1 p.m., 2 individuals came into his clinic. One was wearing a white t-shirt, the other person was in hospital scrubs.
The person in the hospital scrubs entered a door which normally is only allowed for patients and staff and started going into doctors' offices, including mine.
Dr. LaGrasse says the person was noticed by other employees, but wasn't thought to be an intruder.
She was seen by 2 of my staff who I think assumed she was there related to my activities, checking a pacemaker. And that person went into my office and went to my backpack and stole 3 of my checkbooks.
The 2 individuals then left the clinic. They were only there for a total of 7 minutes. Just 2 hours later, there was an attempt to cash a forged check totaling $2,300 from LaGrasse's checkbook. That attempt was denied. But the thieves were later able to cash a $2,000 check at a different credit union. The brazen incident has left LaGrasse fearful for his safety and the safety of his staff and patients.
I'm concerned about impersonating hospital employees, the risk of danger to my staff and the doctors and the patients and families.
He is also concerned that his home may now be broken into because the thieves have his address. LaGrasse hopes that someone can help identify who these people are and report them to Portland police before they strike again.
I think there'll be people in the community who will recognize these 2 and will say, hey, I know that person. So if they can, reach out.
John Adams, KGW News.
A Northwest Portland restaurant is out tens of thousands of dollars after the owner says a person hid in a closet for nearly an hour until the restaurant closed and then stole a lottery safe. So this happened last Thursday at the Mad Greek Deli. You can see in the surveillance video the suspect tries to take the safe but is unsuccessful at first. Moments later, they try again and manage to pull the lottery safe up from the floor and walk out of the restaurant. We spoke to the owner of the restaurant who says the safe had nearly $30,000 inside. He also says that this is the second time lottery money has been stolen from his restaurant in 6 months.
Someone is willing to hide next to a water heater that's 200 degrees for an hour to come out while people are still in the building to take a safe from the property. there's no telling what they would do.
And the Washington County Sheriff's Office says that the safe was found empty in Beaverton the next morning. Hundreds of nurses at Legacy Mount Hood Medical Center have voted to authorize a strike after nearly 2 years of negotiations. Nurses claim Legacy Health is refusing to, quote, make meaningful investments in recruiting and retaining frontline caregivers. They've been without a contract since joining the Oregon Nurses Association in April of 2023. Negotiations began December of that year, and one nurse told us that part of the delay here was due to the now canceled merger between Legacy and OHSU.
Since that point, Legacy hasn't made a lot of meaningful forward progress. And so we did everything we could to try to compel them to get closer to us and to make some movement. But it just has taken so long, and the nurses were ready for action.
A potential strike date has not been set, but the union says that they'll be ready to hit the picket line if they can't come to an agreement during 2 mediation sessions later this month. Legacy Health responded to the vote in a statement saying in part, quote, we remain hopeful that we can reach an agreement with our nurses, and we continue to engage in good faith bargaining with the Oregon Nurses Association. We are just a few days away from many kids in our area returning to school, but recently experts have noticed a drop in vaccination rates among the youngest learners. Sunrise reporter Thomas Schultz joins us live from Chapman Elementary in Northwest Portland. So Thomas, what are we seeing here?
Well, John, over the past decade, the amount of kindergartners getting all their school required vaccines has fallen. Meanwhile, the amount of exemptions has gone way up. The Oregon Immunization Program found that last year, nearly 10% of kindergartners had a non-medical exemption for a school-required vaccine. That's a big uptick from 2015, when under 6% of kindergartners had a vaccine exemption. Experts say the fall in vaccine rates is leading to more outbreaks, making it all the more important to see the overwhelming majority of kids get vaccinated.
To protect public health, we like to see those rates upwards of 95% or higher to really prevent outbreaks, and that's where the concerns are being raised.
Now, last year, the U.S. had more than 1,300 measles cases, and in Oregon, more kids are not getting vaccinated for measles. This past school year, the Oregon Immunization Program says more than 8% of Oregon kindergartners were not fully vaccinated against the disease. That's a trend that experts are trying to end. They say it's important for all kids, especially those young kids going into kindergarten, to get all the school-required vaccines ahead of the school year. They say doing so makes schools and classrooms a whole lot safer. Jenna?
Thomas, thank you. And a reminder, the KGW School Supply Drive is happening right now. One of the best ways you can give is to do it online. Just go to kgw.com/school and click Donate Cash. And we want to thank On Point Community Credit Union, Safeway, and Rick's Custom Fencing for everything they're doing to make this year's supply drive a success. All right, time now is 6:08. Let's take a look at weather with Rod Hill.
Yeah, pretty good day coming up. Good morning to you. We are starting off with a lot of cloud cover, and it'll be kind of a mostly cloudy to partly cloudy day as we get rolling into the afternoon. Pretty similar to what we ended up seeing over the weekend. I think we will stay dry. Here's a look at the clouds over Lincoln City this morning from our Chinook Winds Casino Resort sky camera. 57 is the temperature there. Pretty similar here in the valley from Salem up through Vancouver, our state capital. The cloud deck looks solid this morning, but harmless, if you will. 61 is the early morning number there. The bricks are dry. They'll stay that way as we look at the square from the Pioneer Park building in downtown Portland. 64 degrees. Winds are being reported as calm. Other temperatures were 50s and low 60s. Pretty typical stuff for this time of the year. 64 out in Troutdale, one of the warmer numbers on the map, it looks like. And one of the colder numbers would be the 56-degree temperature in Silverton. We've got 61 in Salem and 57 degrees out in Dallas. We've had a shower pass through the Dalles this morning. We've had some lightning up east of Mount Adams. That activity is expected to be continued to fizzle out, which would leave us with a dry upcoming day. Sunshine out east. You folks will hold in the 80s. We're not expecting any 90s today. About 80 in Madras, 70s up and down I-5, and then 60-degree temperatures at the coast. Not much wind at the beach today either. 7-day forecast. Pretty comfortable through Wednesday. We go 79, 80, 83. We're all dry. And then we turn it up again. 88 on Thursday, 94 Friday, potentially 94 Saturday, and potentially still around 90 on Sunday. Right now, models show we would cool back off starting a week from today, going into that following week, and that is your forecast.
Thank you, Ron. One person is dead and another seriously injured after police say that they were hit by a semi-truck. This happened just before 3 o'clock Sunday morning at Northeast Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard and Holiday near the entrance to the Oregon Convention Center. One person died at the scene while the other was rushed to the hospital with serious injuries. The driver of the semi kept going but was eventually stopped in Southeast Portland. Police are asking anyone with information to reach out. An investigation is underway in Hillsborough after a house fire sent 2 people to the hospital with serious injuries. Take a look here. It happened Saturday morning on Northeast 4th Avenue by Evergreen Middle School. Firefighters were able to get 2 people out of the home less than 10 minutes after the first 911 call was made. A second crew helped put out the fire. Meantime, 2 apartments were damaged and 3 people were injured, including 1 firefighter after a Sunday morning fire on Northwest 23rd in Overton. Crews rescued a man through a second-story window. He was seriously hurt with burns and smoke inhalation. A firefighter, we're told, was hurt his back while carrying him down. Another resident suffered minor injuries and was taken to the hospital. A dog and cat died in the fire. Gresham police are searching for whoever destroyed a portable toilet Saturday night. It was initially reported as gunshots just after 10 at Southwest Sandalwood Lane and 38th Street. Officers and explosive disposal unit responded only to find someone set off a firework in a porta potty. No word on any suspects at this time.